that music not too loud, Katie? Hopefully not. I'm going to get started now, so I'm going to cut this wee lamb up, which weighs about 17 kilos, so quite a nice weight for last year's lamb. I should be able to answer questions in between me cutting this up. I'll try and keep up with the chat. Probably want to fall on that side. I'm going to roll these shoulders into boneless rolled roast. I'm not actually a butcher, I'm more slaughter person, so I'm only self-taught in cutting up sheep and pigs. So in here we have the what they call the patty whack. We need to take that out. I don't want to be eating that. And here there's a gland which we'll take out. So if you look here, this actually is there's a wee vein here, so that's where I've got told is a wee tip to come to the top of the bone that runs in here, and the scapula runs along there, so we're going to make a cut here to open all that out. And come on top of the scapula there. Well, welcome BBK, Shan, KD, good to see you. So I'm going to mark around the side here, so stab you. Get this shoulder blade out. And now we're going to flip them up and get this bone out. Twist it out, and there's his shank. And here's where I said the gland is, so we need to take out that whole fatty piece. If the animal's sick, often we look at the glands. It tells you a lot about an animal for eating. And now that's ready to roll. I'll do the same on the other shoulder. Hopefully I'm not giving you too many nightmares, BBK. Again, I'm going to look for my wee vein, which is right there, and then I'm going to come this way. And you can see there, that's where the vein lines up with the joint where the scapula comes through. If you're a real good butcher, you can actually get this bone quite clean. Again, taking that other side's gland out. And now that's ready to roll. For some people BBK. People like to not waste any part of the animal, so often I'll be giving back the kidneys and heart, liver, sometimes even the stomach bag, which is called tripe. So some people, yeah, they make use of the whole animal. As you can see, bandsaws are quite dangerous, so you've got to be quite careful. That's in the way. Yeah, as you saw just then, the bone on the shank actually flipped up from the blade, so you have to be very careful. So there should be, the bottom of the hip bone will come to about here, so that's where one joint was, and I'm going to try and find this joint in here. Tidy this up for our chops, get rid of that kidney fat. And here's as I explained yesterday, it's a little piece of meat which is salvageable. So on a beef, that's called the hanging steak or skirt, which we can mince. So I'm going to come back to that because I'll take my glove off for that. I'll do the back legs now and then come back to doing these chops. Oh. Had a bit of a malfunction there, folks. The speaker's down there. I'm going to take, how I like to do it is I'm going to take the H-bone out, which is the whole pelvis, because I vacuum pack my stuff. the joint that I'm looking for. I like to rail bone my sheet so I can use gravity to help get the bone out. Yeah, unfortunately my camera fell off the stand, so we had a bit of a man down. I'm just going to trim up these legs. So in here there's another gland which we don't really want to leave on. And now that's looking pretty good. I'll take the shank off. There's a knuckle in here, so I just go straight through there, and there's its joint. And I'll whip those off, and I will have our back shanks. $64 in the chat, that's pretty good going. And I cut the shanks off, and then cut the chops. hopefully if I've taken the chine bone off enough, I'm not sure if I have, I should be able to cut through these to make the chops. So these are the loin chops, so I'm going to have to go back and cut them with the bandsaw and come back. I should have already did, but I didn't. So now just cutting through here because I've already sawed through the bone. I thought I did. I think we and there are our loin chops. And these are part of the flap, so I'm going to strip them, whatever the right word is, and then I'm going to mint them into a rosemary and lamb mint as something extra for my client. Not much trim left, that's all the trim, so probably won't be worth mincing that. I'll get a bit more of these flaps, which will go into mince. Yeah, that's the whole lamb, so I need probably one packet of mince. When I mince that, I won't do that today. Everything goes back to my clients because I'm Homekill. The animal belongs to them. So I'm going to go ahead and pack it up now, which I didn't do in the last video, so I'll be using the vacuum packer, which will be a little bit noisy, but I might get everything in bags first. And then I will label it, which is all labelled and dated, which is quite nice to know how old your meat is. So this is me turning a whole shape into a jigsaw puzzle, just like you buy at the supermarket. Small lamb, you don't always get as many chops as a hogget or a ewe, so and I'm going to put them aside because I need to roll the shoulders. All sorts of different knots. I've got two that I know, which you probably won't be able to remember that when you hear that snap. It's locked in. Any good fisherman will know lots of good knots. Try to make my knots in a line just to make it look pretty. And there's one more trim. The other knot I know is this one that's a bit more fiddly, harder to maybe follow. Took me a while to pick up my knots. I don't know any knot that you wouldn't not do. that is done, and I'm going to pack it all up now and label it. Going to be a bit noisy, and you can see how the vacuum packer works. Maybe a minute for it to suck up and do its thing per cycle. Roast. I like to put silly little labels on mine, which are sometimes quite quirky. Clients get a bit of a kick out of them. Again, lamb leg roast. Another different label. My clients get a bit of a kick out of reading what we're speaking up. And I'm going to wrap the chops. I like to double wrap my chops on the tray just because I think it'll protect them from being banged around a bit in the freezer. So there we have it. That is one disassembled lamb and 2 rolled shoulders boneless. We've got our 2 whole legs with the shank off, back shanks and the front shanks, and 4 packets of chops. So that's how my client gets their meat back. Yeah, that's all I can show you for now. Thanks very much for coming in, and good to see you. Stay tuned for my next video.